What's up, guys? I'm your mad real host, Chris Moss, and today I'm going to be discussing a fan theory for Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, before I get into what the theory is and the evidence that backs it up, I'm going to say potential spoiler. Just in case this theory ends up becoming true, which I highly doubt it will, I just want to warn you, potential spoiler. Also, potential spoiler for any other MCU movie, including Endgame, because like I said, I'm going to be discussing this fan theory and anything is likely to come out of my mouth because I have seen Endgame 4 times. So I'm going to be talking and then anything can slip out of my mouth. So warning, potential spoiler for Far From Home in case the theory is true and all the other MCU movies. So if you don't want any spoilers, save this video, come back to it, and just view it later when Far From Home comes out or after you've seen Endgame. So to get right into it, today I'm going to be discussing a fan theory on Reddit that claims MJ is really Nick Fury's daughter. My initial reaction with this is that would be a fun, cool twist, actually. It's like if they did that, I wouldn't be mad at them. Like, they brought up facts that like Nick Fury has been in hiding since Age of Ultron. And no, Captain Marvel does not count because that's a prequel that's set in the 90s. But after Hydra has infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D., or they find out that S.H.I.E.L.D. is secretly Hydra, Nick Fury has been out of the picture for the most part. Little cameos here and there. But it's like, what else is taking Nick Fury's attention away from the Avengers and what's going on around them? Like in Infinity War, we saw him at the very end, and really he wasn't doing anything until Tony went missing. Because that after credit scene in Infinity War, him and I can't remember the agent's name that was in the car with him. They were looking for Tony, and then the dusting happened, and then he called for Captain Marvel. Where has Nick Fury been? Sounds like a dad move to me. Maybe has a secret family? Probably. Also, another hint to this is in Winter Soldier, when he brings up the fact that my wife kicked me out. And, you know, Captain America is like, hey, I didn't know you were married. I know he could have been lying just to cover up his tracks because he was holding that device saying S.H.I.E.L.D. has been compromised. Could have been a made up story. But is it really, considering that Hawkeye kept his family secret and they didn't find out about his family till Age of Ultron? I don't know. Nick Fury could have been lying. He could have been lying by telling the truth. Something to think about. Another one is MJ is sneaky and always creeping up on people like Nick Fury. Could be a coincidence that they're just both good at sneaking up on people. Or is it a like father, like daughter type of situation, eh? Another one, I mean, this one's a bit of a stretch. I think this one isn't really evidence. This is just a nitpick. Her hair is always covering one eye and she's always wearing dark clothes. Now, any girl with long hair, honestly, yeah, this one's a stretch for me. I wouldn't even include that as part of the evidence backup, but she's a teenager too, so I wear dark clothes. Doesn't mean I'm Nick Fury's son, you know. Another one is that she's great at observing and seemed to catch on quick in Homecoming. Which, watching Homecoming again, I noticed that I believe it was like towards the end when they're in the library and Peter checks his phone. He's like, I gotta go. And she's like, where you going, Parker? And she just gives him that look like she's catching on. And, you know, he gives that look like he's sweating on the inside. And she's like, I'm just joking. I don't really care. I feel like she actually, either she figured it out or she's starting to figure it out. And then there's another scene where I forgot what she says, but basically after she says what she says, she's like, what? I'm not a stalker, I'm observant. So she's great at observing people, her environments, and she seems to catch on pretty quick. Like her alleged dad has like a top secret file of Peter at home, which could be the case. I mean, if your dad's Nick Fury, you're probably going to know some things about some people. And then the fact that this isn't a part of the theory, but one thing I want to throw in there is that the way he says, nice to meet you, Mr. Parker, and Far From Home, maybe that backs up the theory just a little bit. Or once again, it may be a stretch. She's anti-government. Now, between S.H.I.E.L.D. being secretly Hydra and almost killing her dad, and the fact that when her dad was working for S.H.I.E.L.D., he's gone all the time. And even after he's not working for S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore, he's gone all the time. Like Infinity War, Tony Stark's funeral in Endgame. Even though he's not a part of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's still on the go for the most part. And it makes sense why she hates the government. She's rebellious, like her father. And then the last one is why Nick Fury is in Europe personally. Because his daughter's there. And if those monsters are around, he wants to protect his daughter. So that could be the reason why he didn't send another agent. I cannot remember the woman agent that is with him in Infinity War and in Far From Home. She was also at the funeral. It's probably why he didn't send her by herself. It's probably why he didn't send another agent. Basically, his daughter's in Europe. This is going around, so he wants to protect his daughter secretly. But tell me what you think. I think this would be a fun twist in the MCU. Probably a stretch. It's probably not going to happen. But let me know what you think of this theory down in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram at MadRealCinema. And remember to keep it mad real out there.